No.
Yo, wait. I gotta fix the camera. No, you gotta put it lower. Wait. Okay, there.
Alright, so here's my beef, right?
Hey babes, we're back today with another video, and today it's gonna be a story time. Make sure you like and subscribe. Today I have two special guests with me, one of them being my roommate, Aaron, and the other guest isn't here yet, but he should be here in like 2 seconds, so then we're gonna get started with the story time.
2 hours later.
Alright, so now we have our other guest here, Connor.
Yes.
And the other one just left, so now we're gonna have to wait like 2 more seconds because she went to go take a phone call.
2 hours later.
Connor.
There's nothing. We just don't know who wrote it.
Alright, now both of them are finally here and we can finally start this story time, so let's get started. Okay, so how did it even start?
It's my
Okay.
fault. It's my fault. It's definitely my fault.
Okay, so how did it even start? Okay, so we were going to an art gallery in Brooklyn, I think, right?
Yeah. Yes.
It was in Brooklyn. And we, first of all, were like trying to get to the 4 or 5 train.
Okay, pause.
Okay.
We get to Fulton Center, which is like where you're supposed to get off, right? Or like supposed to get on the train, and we're supposed to go going uptown. We all hop on a downtown train. I step out to say like, is this the uptown downtown train? I step out and it was the downtown train, so we had to get on the uptown train, but they all were on the downtown train.
And then the doors closed on him, and we were left, and he was still there, and we all left. So then he texted me saying to meet him at the next stop.
No, not the next stop, at Bowling Green.
Yeah,
Key.
so
This is key. These are key factors.
at
So where we were, and then 2 stops later from the train that we were on was Bowling Green, and we get off at Wall Street, which was the stop before.
So
Bushido.
So we got off there, and then he texted me saying that we should meet at 14th Street, which is the like original play. We were supposed to originally be going to 14th Street to switch over to the L train. Yeah, to the
Right.
L train. And so we were on the way there already.
We got out and then went to the uptown. So we had to go out to the road, across the street, and
Yeah,
then go
so
back down.
we had to find the uptown train. So then we were walking, and then I had to show one of my friends that was also with us. I had to show her something on my phone. I think it was like a picture or something. And so she ended up keeping my phone, and I didn't realize that she still had my phone. And we were walking to the next. What?
How do you? Okay, continue, please.
These are my 2 friends from like back home, and no, one of them is from back home, and it was her girlfriend that was with her, and I didn't know her girlfriend until that night. As I'm editing this, I just realized that I have actually met her girlfriend before, but this was the first time I've actually interacted with her in public with other people around. And so we were walking to the train station, and then all of a sudden they like took off because they heard the train coming. And turns out they still had my phone, and I was the last person, and I was trying to catch up, but I couldn't. And then they all got past the turnstile, and they were in the in the train, and I was still on the other side of the turnstile, and I didn't have my phone, so I like didn't have a Metro card on me, and so I couldn't even get past the turnstile. And then the doors to the train shut, and I was left. Yeah.
Please do.
So her friend from back home and the girlfriend hear the train. They're running down the stairs. They hop the turnstile and run straight in. I realized that she has your phone,
And me being a goody two
And
shoes,
I-
I can't hop it.
and
so
I run.
No, I didn't know that's why you.
that's why I don't hop.
They all hopped it and then you didn't hop it.
I didn't hop it.
No, it's not because I just genuinely like didn't have my phone, and I like didn't even think of hopping it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and then
Well, no, and I run after her to try to get your phone back because I realized that she has your phone.
Mhm.
And I go in, I step inside of it to be like, the phone, and the door's closed behind me right as I step in to go get your phone.
Yeah. So then I was left by myself without any contacts, no cell phone, nothing on me, no ID, no money, no debit card. nothing. No, wait. Okay, so I was left by myself with nothing on me, and thank God I couldn't hear what they were saying from when the door was closing, and I couldn't see their mouths either, but the people behind me could, and they, for one, said that my friends are assholes, which they are not, but they said that they were assholes, and then they said that I should get off at the next stop because that's what they were telling me to do. And so I was like, okay. And then, what was it?
Your friends are assholes.
Oh yeah, and so I didn't have my MetroCard on me, so I didn't have anything to get past the turnstile, and I still was not gonna hop the turnstile. And so they offered to like swipe their MetroCard for me, and so I went inside, and then the next like 4 or 5 train was coming in like, I don't know, like 10 minutes. So I was waiting there, and being from North Carolina, I like didn't think to look at the direction that the train was going in. So I was just like, okay, get off at the next stop, get off at the next stop. Shut up. I was just like, get off at the next stop, get off at the next stop. So I was swiped in, I was waiting for the next train station, or for the next train to come, and I had a full-on panic attack in the middle of everything, like by myself, couldn't breathe, it was so bad. And finally the next 4 train came, and I got on it, and then I got off at the next stop, which thank God I couldn't find my friends, but I realized that it was where I normally get off to get home. And then I looked across the street and I saw my friends Carlton and Ocean come in the last video, and he's actually here.
What's good? You feel me? Carlton, the young bull. Alright, so this is what happened, you feel me? So we was about to leave, we about to go to the same Brooklyn Art Gallery. Nah. I'm talking. Alright, so we were about to leave, right? Me, Ocean, and some of our other friends, right? And then we just see Tiffany walking in the rain just by herself, and we're like, we were the first one, we were like, alright, this bitch is crazy. We know what's gonna happen. So then she talked to Ocean, and then like she was just walking with Ocean back, and then Ocean looked back and he was like, bro, come. And I was like, for what? And I was like,
sit right here.
Nah, you good. And then I was like, all right, bet. So then we walked with her into the lobby, and she was like, I lost my friends. I don't have my phone. I don't have she's like, I just don't have my phone. My phone has everything, my ID and everything, right? So I'm like, all right, who has it then? She was like, her friend's name, right? And so I called her on my phone. This bitch didn't answer my phone.
Okay, I was there.
Yeah.
So,
talk your shit.
So
What happened when I called her? What happened?
I go, who's calling? Because she had it in her hand. She goes, Carlton, decline. Puts it in the pocket.
Nah. So, if you know your friend is lost, you know that you have your lost friend's phone, and somebody that you know, I know her, like we're friends. And then I call you, and then you say, nah, decline. Who raised you? I'm done.
Okay, so yeah, I got back and I found Carlton and Ocean, and I was talking to Ocean, and I was asking him if he could somehow get in touch with someone that had my ID, and he was calling everyone and no one was picking up. Carlton called my phone and she declined the call, and I had to count it as a lockout, which means you don't have your ID and you lost it and you have to pay for it sometimes. Thankfully, I didn't have to pay for it that time because it was only my second lockout. But then she took me upstairs, and I was in my bed just laying down, huddled, shaking, and still had all my clothes on. Nothing was playing on the TV. I was shaking. It was so bad. And then, but while all this was happening,
pause. So let me interject here.
Let's go
So
back.
while this girl is shaking in her bed, right, your boy's sitting in the NYPDs right now at this point in time. I've been running around. I'm at 14th Street because I had told them to meet me there at 14th Street so we could get on the L train. So I'm at 14th Street over here, and everyone's trying to get to 14th Street so we can transfer to the L train and can go to Brooklyn. So I was sitting in there and my phone died. And so I went upstairs and went to these booth things. If you're not from New York, they have booth thingies. And it's I went up to them, I was banging on the thing, and they were I was like, hey, can I use your phone charger? I was like, can I please use it? I can see they have it's the 21st century. Of course they have phone chargers in this big technical booth, and they wouldn't let me use it. So I went to some vendors and language barrier, found out that what I had gotten, and I was trying to pay, and he was like, no, like, we don't have like anything to like take your card, so like I didn't have any cash with me, so my last resort was I literally just went up, walked into the NYPD, said, can I have a phone charger? Plopped my little ass down right there, and just sat there, like, I kid you not, like, people picking up calls, being all intense and shit, and I was just kind of sitting there waiting to call Aaron. I'm literally sitting there forever, like, having like a nice little conversation, you're like, you know, like, I mean, having like a little whatever. Finally call him. I'm like, hey guys, like I'm here at 14th Street. I'm singing at NYPD. Like I'm ready to go. Like we're hopping in the L. And they're like, nah, Tiffany's in bed. I have been sweating my ass off, freaking out because obviously
you found out. No, but you found out that I was lost, right?
Because I called you.
yes, because I was originally lost.
Yeah,
But
because
then,
he
like-
was lost, and then she
Wait,
was
so
lost.
when did you find out that I was lost?
And NY,
Before the NYPD.
way before the NYPD. I found out that you
before
were
your phone
okay
died?
in the NYPD. What?
Before your phone died, you found out.
Yeah,
that-
before my phone died,
Yeah.
Aaron called me and was like, yo, like we were like I had my thing on airplane mode and I like swiped up on airplane mode. I was 1%, like made my one call. Called her and she was like, hey, like this is what's happening. Like we completely lost Tiffany, and I was like, I need to like keep updated. And my phone literally like I hung up on Aaron and my phone died. So obviously I had a little like moment like running around or whatever. And then after like this whole process, and I'm still trying to get to Brooklyn. I'm in my nice dress shoes. I got my top man on. I got my shirt on. I got my jewelry going and everything. And I'm ready to get to Brooklyn. And I get a call and they're like, no, like Tiffany's in bed.
It's
I was
not
like,
happening.
I was like, shit. And like obviously I want to go see her and like make sure that she's like safe and okay. And I ended up just going back, and that was the extent of my night. Like.
And when, like, right after Tiffany went up, like, me and Ocean, like, left the building, and we saw Aaron, and Aaron was like, you guys know where Tiffany is? I'm like, she's upstairs.
And I run.
So then to finish my side of the story, I was in my bed, laying down, shaking, whatever, and then Aaron walks in, and she gives me like a 10-minute hug.
I literally just walk in,
And then-
she's shaking in a little ball on the bed.
Yeah.
And I just go over her.
Because I was scared, like I was scared. And then, so she comes in, she gives me like a 10-minute hug, and then like my friend from back home and her
Yeah.
girlfriend.
So she gives her a long hug. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna
No,
get back to
you're
you.
fine.
Gives her a long hug. Keep in mind, we're in downtown Manhattan, New York City. When you like lose a person here,
Yeah.
keep in mind there are about 3 million fucking people in Lower Manhattan. There are like 5 million people on this little tiny ass island. To find one little like 5'3" person
new to the city.
who's new to the city, who doesn't have a phone, who doesn't have anything, who doesn't have their ID, in no way, shape, or form is in any state to be figuring things out.
Yeah, so that's why I was scared. Like
That's why we were scared. I was so nervous because like you lose a person, like that's a missing person.
So then Erin came in, she gave me like a 10-minute hug, and then my friend from back home came up, and so did her girlfriend, and we were all just like chilling in here. And then Connor calls Erin and asks like what was happening, and we were all just like, oh, we're like just in the room. And then he like came up, and then he gave me like a 5-minute hug, and then it was just like that was the end of the night. And
We watched The Grinch.
Yeah, we watched The Grinch.
That was fine.
So we had lost Connor, and then we had lost Tiffany. And we had told her to get off at the next stop, which is the stop that we used to get home. So we get off there, and we're waiting there for like a good 20 minutes. And like nothing happened.
Never came.
Just never came. And so we were like, okay. And then her friend from back home said, okay, maybe she never left. Like maybe she's still there. We went back to the stop where she got lost at, not knowing that at the same time she was coming back here.
I was going
So
the
we
other
like missed each other. I was like, maybe she's back at our dorm.
So
And
like, you adding up all these 20 minutes. This is a long endeavor.
this is a long
This is
time.
a long endeavor.
Like
This
she's
is a
lost
night.
in the city by herself
for like a long time.
a long time.
It was a long
Like
time.
we're skating over things, and we're skating over like our different stories and everything.
But-
and like each of them happened in different sections of time. So this is cumulative, this is chronological.
We literally left at around like 9 o'clock and we got back at like 11:30. So this happened over like a really long span of time. Like I was lost for a good
amount of
while.
time.
A good while.
We got back here because I thought you'd be back somehow miraculously back here. And that's when I saw Carlton. Like, we went up the escalator to go back home, and I saw Carlton and Ocean, and I go, have you seen Tiffany? And they're like, yeah, she's upstairs, she's safe. And I literally leave your friend and her girlfriend. I just run. And that's when I found you.
But we're all okay. We're all safe.
okay.
This is all love.
It was a great, not a great time, but it was, yeah. So I realized that I need to not have everything in my phone, so I don't do that anymore. And I also have a bunch of numbers on my dresser, like that I have to memorize in case that ever does happen again. So that way,
What's our number?
my lesson has definitely been learned. I need to not have my stuff in my phone. So,
Or to
just to know people's numbers. Because, like, if you think about it, I couldn't call anyone from back home because that wouldn't make sense. Like, what were they going to do for me in New York? So that was our story time. Make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned for my next video. And once again, this is Connor and here's his Instagram right here. And this is Erin and her Instagram's right here.
right there.
Right here.
Right there.
All right, so I'll see you next time. Love you, babes. Bye. Mwah. Ashley purposely goes like, bro.
Nah. And then this is where I come in, right?
I can't breathe. Okay,
Oh my god, can I show myself out?
Why do your
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Wait,
Wait, what?
Alright, hold on, show.
Bitch, you can't put that.
Alright.
What?
Are those Jordans?
Oh my god, sorry.